So in your opinion, Kickstarter works, I'll have to agree. But a specific example that blew your socks off, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, over the last several years, I've seen, hey, check out this new fun product on Kickstarter. And oftentimes it'll be something hokey or goofy. Occasionally it'll be something that's really, interesting or revolutionary. But there are two concurrently that are on Kickstarter right now that got my attention, not so much because of the product, but because of the amount of money that they've raised. So, Auntie, if you want to start rolling some of this background, the first of the two examples is called a gravity-weighted blanket.
Have you ever tried one of these, by the way?
So, yes. My mother came to me like 2 months ago and said she wanted to start a weighted blanket company. And
she's a nurse, and that actually helps with stress.
Yes, so she's a nurse for pediatrics, and some of the kids, this is really helpful for them. So she, went to a Chinese distributor and got, a few of them made, and we're kind of working in the background on a Shopify store. But as all that's going down, this Kickstarter campaign came out for the gravity blanket. I think I first saw it on social from Futurism or Mashable or something like that, but it got a ton of press. So Auntie, if you want to fast forward to what they were asking for and what they've raised thus far. So,
Jesus.
They were looking for $21,500 as their goal for funding. And right now, with 13 days to go, they're at $3.6 million.
So that's people pre-ordering the blanket.
Pre-buying.
But what makes this blanket different? There's got to be another blanket on the market that.
If you search weighted blankets right now, you can buy them on Amazon.
So what's so different about this one?
Kickstarter. And that's what I think.
But why would you pre-order something that's not there if you could just go to Amazon right now and buy one? You have no idea.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense because these are all back ordered.
That's funny.
You have a pretty long wait to get this gravity blanket where you could go and buy one today.
That's so weird.
But they had pretty good marketing. And I actually think in this particular case, they assumed that they would get a lot more than $21,000 because just the marketing that they put into it, the video is really high end, all the branding is good. The name Gravity is probably not super cheap, and I believe it's like gravity.com and not gravity weighted blankets. Huh. I could be wrong on that.
You know what I mean? Like it's like a Kickstarter about an ice chest, and you can just go get an Igloo at your local CVS like today, but people are pre-ordering. I mean, because that's weird. It's the power of marketing.
Yes, so I really think that now people look at Kickstarter as a way that you can get probably way more funding than you could anywhere else, as long as it's the right product for that market and there's the right people behind it. But I want to go into the second one here because this is another great example of what I look at to be like a perfect Kickstarter product. So Auntie, you want to roll this one? So this is called the Romp Him. So there's the Romper, and now this is the Romp Him. This is clearly mostly a joke, but I think that they'll sell a ton of these. There's a mutual friend of ours who I think would definitely buy this and wear it all summer. Ryan Ward. Because he likes to be goofy. So in the past, there used to be like gimmicky products that you would see on infomercials. I think the probably most recent one is Snuggie. The Snuggie was a huge hit, not because it was a smart idea, but because it was so dumb. It was a gag gift that people gave each other, but they sold a ton. And that's what I think we're seeing here.
Shake Weight was kind of in that same arena as well.
Exactly. Shake Weight, nobody bought that or used it for actual exercise.
Ripped, yeah.
It was just a funny motion and a joke. So I really do believe now if you are starting out and you have a product that is a good fit for the Kickstarter audience, if you were to maybe take $10,000 or $20,000 aside for branding and a huge PR push prior to your Kickstarter campaign, get it on Kickstarter, and then get Mashable, pay them to talk about it, you could make back that money times 50 pretty easily.
I really believe that even if it's a halfway decent idea, I think the two examples you showed and the ones that I've seen succeed, they have incredible videos. And if you can get that 90-second or 60-second video to really tell your story, even if it's an inspirational story about what you want to do and only have 4 mock-ups at the end, that's really the meat of it. If you can get the great video, write a business plan, and get some great copy in there, I almost feel like the barrier of success is somewhat low.
I totally agree. If it's the right product, and either the Romp Him or the Gravity Blanket, did they really need to go get funding through CrowdShare? Or could they have gone to somebody and gotten $21,000 for a small chunk of equity?
And
Gravity could have walked into anybody and gotten 10, 20, 50, 100 grand and been off to the races.
Yeah, but they have to give equity of their company away.
Even a loan, $21,000 they couldn't get. They could go to SBA and get that.
Yeah.
So Kickstarter was really a large portion of their marketing go-to-market strategy, and it's worked amazingly.
The number one story on Kickstarter of all time is the Pebble Smartwatch. They asked for $500K and got $21 million. But
did it ever go to market?
One thing, I'm not sure, but one thing that you and I both loved when we first saw it on Kickstarter was Plastic, which was a credit card where you could upload all your credit cards to, including your key fob for your apartment or work. All it took was one card. You made a good point that I think Apple Pay kind of hit them a little bit.
Yep.
But they raised $9 million in pre-orders, and here's the problem with crowdfunding: they raised $9 million, just like that Weighted Blanket did, went out of business. So from a crowdfunding standpoint, if you drop that $150 to pledge your donation, doesn't mean you're getting the product.
No, but I mean, there's still a sense of like community that you backed this company.
That happened with My Lily too, which was a drone that can go through water, come in and out of water, and my uncle pre-ordered
never went to
it.
market.
Never went to market. They sent a big email like, sorry.
But with all the talk about entrepreneurship and investing, people look at this and say, like, if they don't hit their goal, then all the money comes back. And if they do hit their goal, in most cases, we get our product. So it's going to be pretty rare, I think, on Kickstarter where it's like you pledge your money, but like in most cases, it's all upside because you either buy a product or you get your money back.
You know what's big too is like card games, like Magic Kingdom card games or what have you. I mean, they've asked for 3,000 and got $1 million too. That's that market they've been able to hit. But it makes you want to like just whiteboard out 6 random ideas, throw it up there with a $10,000 goal, and see if one.
I agree. Just put the videos behind it and then see how they sell. But I really think ahead of like Christmas, Halloween, and making like gimmicky products that work towards those. Have them spike, everybody buys it for that. It's gone next year, but a bunch of base hits just to like, kind of test and experiment. But I want to read some Kickstarter overall stats. So $3.047 billion total dollars pledged, 124,000 plus successfully funded projects, over 12 million, almost 13 million total backers, and 38 million total pledges.
Yeah, and I think Kickstarter was the original peer-to-peer crowdfunding. What's the other one? GoFundMe.
There's GoFundMe.
It's more for, like, my aunt has cancer, and she raised, like, almost $5,000. Another one of my friends who is sick as well, I think almost got $30,000 for, like, experimental treatment. So a way, too, for your friends and family to be able to, like, have one place to donate rather than, sending checks in the mail to the family, so.
Yeah, and it seems like both of them have found their place because you wouldn't assume
Kickstarter's not medical.
Kickstarter's not the place for like a, hey, my kid needs surgery, or hey, I want to go meet my long lost lover and I can't afford it kind of thing. But GoFundMe is good for that, and it gives people the opportunity with a little bit of extra money to feel like they're part of something good. So, yeah, it's interesting, but another cool marketplace that matches people that want to pledge money with people who need funding or at least claim to need funding, but totally successful for companies that use it in the right way.